Hello. Today I'm gonna be talking about athletes as influencers slash role models. For my intro, I'm gonna talk about who and what influences athletes today. And this ranges from professional and college level and high school. I feel like all athletes as a whole. And then I'm gonna talk about some pros of being a athletic influencer, and I'm gonna talk about some cons, and then I'm gonna get into my conclusion slash closing statement. Okay, so for the intro, I got who influences athletes and what influences athletes. From my research, I found out that the environment in which the athlete grew up in is a very big influencer on the athlete. And it definitely plays its role in the turnout of the athlete, what route, whether they decide to be an athlete or another profession. But for the most part, that's a factor. Parents definitely play a huge role. They're in athletes like every day. And then other athletes, like for instance, like me, I look up to LeBron. My favorite player is Derrick Rose. You know, I watch their habits and see what they like. I can't do or be just like them. I have to be my own person. But at the end of the day, I look up to them. Some pros of being an athlete and slash influencer slash role model. According to my research, according to the Center for Kids First, there's an estimate of 30 million children involved in organized sports per year that athletes can influence and dictate their futures. Professional athletes have taken the opportunity to use their success and celebrity power to bring out a positive and societal change. Some of them know how to use their personal qualities and habits to inspire high moral values in their fans, such as first one I have is fitness. Athletes are perfect messengers to show people how they can benefit from exercise and how to keep people at the top of their game. Athletes can influence people of all ages and genders. It does not matter, but it influences them to be active and physically moving and not stagnant and sitting in one spot for a continuous time. The second one I have is for pros is a positive change in the community, helping make a change in the community for the better. This could be anything. This can range with political views, moral views, just better influence moving forward. Help raise money for fundraisers, anything. For my third point for for pros is inspire confidence. Athletes symbolize a sense of confidence in themselves, and this is powerful because people gravitate towards positive, good energy. People will start to feel confident in themselves and change their ways based off the people they look up to. So if you come around, a lot of athletes come back to their hometowns. They like to show love. And if you come back with good energy, you give back. You show people that there's a way out, but there's also a way to come back and give back and give people better opportunities for the future. And some cons and negative things I have for influencers slash role models. Bad slash immoral behavior is ignored. So I say being an athlete, you have little to no privacy. So that means there's always somebody watching. And the higher level you go up, or even at any level, high school, college, professionals, there's always somebody watching. There's always someone up under you that's trying to get to where you're at. So therefore, some watch closer than others, but they watch your every step and they want to see how you do things. And that actually can affect someone's life and dictate what path they choose to go down. For the second point, I said athletes using their influence and power for their own personal use, and for that, I just basically talked I basically feel like athletes, not all athletes, but some athletes use their power and their celebrity for the wrong things. Like they use their resources and they abuse the system, and they take advantage of people and those up under them, and they look down on people, and that's not a good thing to do. And then my third bullet point kind of goes with my first one. It can cloud someone's judgment, mostly for like kids and those up under, and make them feel like, okay, well, he did it, so I could do it. It won't hurt me. When in all reality, it can hurt the person, because someone higher up, I mean, everybody's different. So someone higher up might be able to get off with something and doing something bad, but like for like a kid or something, that's not a good path to go down. And then they also have their own morals and upbringings, and you don't want to alter that. So you have to be very careful on what you do, I feel like, as an athlete, because 30 million children are trying to be athletes. Everybody at some point, I feel like, wanted to be an athlete or has been involved in physical activities. And concluding, I feel like one's personal life and life choices are very important to pay attention to, because you never know who's watching, and you can affect anybody's life in any type of way. And for athletes, you have to eat, train, go to school, class, everything, and you have to be on it, because there's always somebody up under you trying to get to where you're at, and you don't want to mess up someone else's life, even though it's not your responsibility, but you play a role just like everyone else. Everybody plays a role in the system, I feel like.